Paris. There's a marathon outside, so that's why the music is coming. And as I showed, the line for who doesn't have the tickets was too long. And since we act good with, like, we had the tickets, so we could skip the line. And now we are going in the Louvre Museum in Paris. So the Louvre Museum in Paris is one of the biggest museums in the world. Well, it is the biggest museum in the world. It has some of the biggest artifacts, but really it wasn't really a glass dome before. It was more of a castle for French kings or monarchs. Now it is one of the biggest museums in the world, where one of the best architecture design. So yeah, he made the design of the Louvre's glass dome. So yeah, this is how we see the Louvre today, and this is inside the Louvre. Right now, I'm watching a video. So now we are in the Louvre, and the first thing we saw are these two slaves. They came from Rome, and the story is that Julius Caesar died. So these slaves were slaves to Julius Caesar, but then Julius Caesar died, so they had no work to do. So then the king, his nephew, wanted to kill these two slaves. So one is the rebellious slave, and one is the dying slave. This is the rebellious slave right here. As you can see, he's trying to rebel from getting killed, and he has the cloth so that he is tied. And yeah, so this is the rebellious slave here. And then the dying slave he's actually stronger than the rebellious slave, but he just accepts his fate, and yeah, he just knows what's gonna happen, that there were too many Roman soldiers outside and it's just gonna happen, so he just let it in. Yes, look. This is Raptor Gonza, a very famous painting by Theodore Géricault. And if you can see here, I will tell you the story. It's very tragic. It looks very tragic event, and it was one. So may I tell the story?
Yes, please.
So there was a ship called Medusa heading for Senegal, but the captain crashed the ship into some rocks, and then everybody on board was forced to build a raft. There were 150 people, but on that raft only 147 people could go there. But because everybody was so mushed together, because there were too many people, there was severe illness, there was and yeah, so that's why many of the people were dying. Then there 15 people came back alive, but they had to resort to cannibalism. But only 15 people came back alive out of 150. Only three people could not get onto the raft, and the rest died on the raft. seeing my mom's interest jewelry, I became a bit hungry, so we went quickly to get a quick bite. This is Liberty Reading the People, a famous painting by Eugene Delacroix. Um, Here it shows Liberty holding the French tricolor flag. Not a real person, not a real historic figure, but more of a symbolic figure showing the liberty, the freedom, and the revolutionary spirit of France. Uh, and this shows the this was painted in the July Revolution of 1830, where all the people from France stood up together to deal with the monarchs of that time.
You are saying something.
Yeah, you must be wondering what I mean by romanticism, because this doesn't look like a romantic painting, right?
Right.
Actually, there's a different type of romanticism. It has the, like, to explain it, I have to explain different factors. Like, for example, it takes you to that painting and you see the motions, and you understand what is happening, and you feel the character's pain or their joy or whatever they're feeling.
Okay.
So, and they're called continued after Eugene Delacroix to continue to make romantic paintings.
What is meant by romanticism?
I just explained right now.
The other meaning of romanticism?
Romantic.
What is romantic?
That you must know. Or you don't know English. So Napoleon, here it shows the coronation of Napoleon, and he actually crowned himself king. He didn't get crowned, but he crowned himself. So, and there is a lot of people there waiting for him to get crowned. So yeah, he crowned himself the king of France. The winged victory of Samothrace shows the goddess Nike coming on a ship and trying to stabilize it. Where the ship was sinking, so Nike came and balanced it with her wings. And fun fact, the Nike brand got its name from this sculpture, the goddess of Nike. Fun fact. The Wedding at Cana is one of the biggest paintings in the world, and it shows where Jesus Christ, here the one who's sparkling, did his first miracle. He turned water into wine, literally. Though this is the biggest painting in Louvre, everybody loves the Mona Lisa, which is right in front of it. They're right in front of each other. La Gioconde. Here it is standing with its beauty. Oh, you don't know who La Gioconde is. Right. The name is Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is famous not only for its smile and it's the way it looks at you. It stares right into your soul. But also that in 1911 it was stolen by Vincenzo Peruzza. He was such a good thief that he just put it under his clothes and just walked out of the museum. Anyways, Leonardo da Vinci painted it because La Gioconde's wife, or Mona Lisa's husband, said to make a painting of it because he was rich, and at that time making a portrait or making a painting of somebody establishes richness in the French Revolution. Thank you. We have no idea what painting this is, but we just try to mimic it here. Except that I'm a son, not a daughter. Again, we knew nothing about this painting, what it is, what it is showing, but my mom just thought it was the most romantic, so we captured it. I don't know much about this, but the what I do know is that she lived her rest, when she retired, she lived the rest of her life with her hair as her clothes, and every day angels would take her up to heaven. The museum, Louvre Museum, and we see the Venus de Milo there. So the story of Venus de Milo is actually that she is a goddess of love called Aphrodite, and uh, but since the Lord she doesn't have arms, we do not know if she's Aphrodite or Aphrodite. But Aphrodite is the in Romans called Aphrodite Venus, so that's why she got Venus. But it could also be the other god. So the Romans used to call her Milo. So she gave this name Venus de Milo until the arms come back.
Thank you.
Here we can see the death of Sardanapalus, where there was once there was a king. He lost the battle, so that's why he could not, like, this is the death of Sardanapalus. This is the kingdom called Sardanapalus, and the king of Sardanapalus, he could not digest the fact that he lost, so that is why he destroyed the entire kingdom. He asked everything to get burned down. And also the king, he took all of his queens and his horse and everything he loved in one room and destroyed it all. So just I wanted to quickly say thank you for watching and bye bye. See you next time.